Hello, welcome to At Home with Till and Scott. I'm Till, and that's Scott.
This is us, unscripted, basically chatting about whatever's popped into our world this week.
Could be health, food, business, parenting, or just some random thing we have to get off our chest.
And every episode we answer one of your questions too, so keep them coming.
And if you're enjoying this, please share it, drop us a comment, or leave us a review. Thanks for joining us at home. Okay, so today's a bit different. We're going off the clock.
Off the clock? What's off the clock?
This is the segment that we're doing. The new, where we just rapid fire question type things, just about us, not everything else. Did you hear that? That's what off the clock is. I just thought we might occasionally just do something a bit different.
Get to know each other.
Get to know each other. Yes, and maybe the audience too.
Yeah.
Something a little different for them, It's just a bit lighter, these ones.
Potentially a bit lame too. Lighter and lame. Let's see how we go.
Oh my God. I'm sick as well, so I apologise for the sniffing. All right, so first question. What was your actual first impression of me?
Oh, it's all about you, is it?
So this is why I was saying, let's just check. Do you want to ask this question or do you want me to ask it? Or should we just get rid of that question?
No, I like it. Just leave all this in.
Leave what in? Us talking about the question?
Yeah, my reaction to the questions and everything.
Oh.
And all this. Leave it all in. My first impression of you, yeah, I guess it was one of those, if it was animated, it would be when the mask does the eyes out the bottom of the head. It was that. Truly. It was I got introduced to you by a girlfriend who went down the line because you were in a party of 4 or something.
Yeah.
This is Susie, this is Tracy, this is Tasmin, and this is Matilda. And I was like, far out. Yeah.
That's so cute, honey.
Yeah. It was the eyes.
Yeah, and then he waited 7 years to ask me out.
Yeah. Well, takes me a while sometimes.
We might do the longer version another time, but that's cute. Mine was the opposite. You were a slow burn, weren't you?
Apparently, yeah.
But I love that. I think people so often think that when you meet your person, you're supposed to know in the moment that you've met them. You're like, wow, like lightning bolt, and I just don't think it always happens that way. I definitely did not think you were going to be my husband.
Yeah. Yeah, you've made that quite clear over the last few years.
No, but I misjudged you because you rocked in with your singlet with the long, low cut sleeves and your tats and your muscles and you had a funny haircut. And I judged you based on, I guess that. I had heard that you were really lovely, but I guess I thought that you looked a bit arrogant or something. I think I thought that all guys who wore those singlets were arrogant because they want everyone to see their muscles and stuff.
Yeah.
But then I talked to you. Then we actually, 7 years later, had a conversation and I was put in my place.
Not by me. But...
No, but I realised I had this epiphany halfway through. I was like, wow, I really misjudged this guy. He's not arrogant at all.
Which is bringing up this conversation that we've had. I think you described me a couple of years ago, and the words that you used, the adjectives to describe me were something like you would use to describe a car. You were well, you're consistent, you're reliable, you're trustworthy, you start every time.
You mean when I finally liked you, fancied you, those were the things that I liked about you?
Oh, no, I guess years into our relationship, if you say...
Yeah, I think you asked me once.
What do you like about Scott? You go, well, he's reliable and consistent and dependable, which is what you'd say about your Toyota Corolla.
Well, really. I think it goes without saying that you find the person attractive. Otherwise, you're not going to marry them, are you?
Yeah, but maybe if you have... So I received that as oh, well, that's not very sexy. And are you describing family vehicle or your fucking husband.
Well, I think also you get to a point where you're like, these are the qualities that I want in a husband. Like, I do want somebody who's reliable. I do want somebody who's going to show up for me.
Yeah,
and my
I
family.
think I've learned, I guess, since you shared that a couple of years ago, and I initially took it as like, oh, well, that's not great, is it? Like, but I've actually come to realize that is my role.
Right.
And I am consistent. I'd like to think I'm reliable and I'll show up. I'm definitely not the best dad in the world, but I'll
You're a
always
great
love
dad.
them. Oh.
You're more sense. You're more like you don't have like the very silly side that us Browns have.
I definitely like to be more like Bandit from Bluey.
Well, everyone wants to be more like Bandit from Bluey. Is that the dad's name?
Yeah.
But it's a fictional character. Pretty sure that guy was writing the dad that he wanted to be too.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, I was talking to one of our chefs this week about her partner just turned 50 and her giving the speech at the birthday party. Those are the types of words she used.
Right.
And it's like, well, it's kind of what you want. You want that person to be...
100%.
I mean, there's something to be...
Imagine if you were like, I don't know, like...
erratic.
I'm not saying you're not the hottest guy in the world. Obviously, I think you're hot.
Did you say not the hottest guy?
You think you're in now, don't you? You think you're going to get a shag today.
Cut.
News for you. No, but like, imagine, you know, that you go for the guy that's, you know, the sexy, like... I'm like, it's such a babe kind of guy, but like he never shows up on time. He texts back five days later. I mean, I'm not saying that guy that I dated before you was that either. You know, you have to kiss some frogs before you work out what it is that you want. And I want a guy that plans my holidays, like brings the firewood home, lights the fire. No, I do that every morning. No, I think I won the lottery. Oh. I'm not a gushy person though, like, so I don't often like gush about how much I'm
glad this is all on record.
Appreciate you. I just don't know why I'm doing it now. Funny what comes up when you ask a question. But yeah, I'm just not a gushy person. So like I do, but I have said, like, you know, in times where I've felt like I need to say it, like your 50th speech or your Christmas card or something, you know, you're like an exceptional human. I'm very glad that I found you. Anyway, next question. Otherwise, we'll be here forever. These are 30 minutes, remember?
Do we flip-flopping or?
Oh, yeah. You go.
Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Whose idea was it really to start the Good Farm shop? And did the other person take any convincing?
What do you think?
Well, I've got my version.
Do you? Go on. I don't know what your version is. Whose idea was it to start the Good Farm shop?
I think I said on the first podcast, I've got like such amnesia around all this stuff.
Well, I remember if you don't want to give it a shot.
Well, it's obviously you, isn't it?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, right.
No, I think it was Mum.
Oh, I thought I was heading my way.
Not the meals.
For a second.
No, not the meals part. Like when there was two parts of the start. There was the start when we really literally started with the 5 kilo boxes from the cows from Mum's paddock. That was Mum going, and you were like out of a job and you were sort of really trying to work out what to do. And she's like, Scott, I've got it. You should do a cow share. You should start a business for the meat at the farm.
So I can't remember that either.
She called you one day and you were like, you were not convinced. You were not convinced at that point. But anyway, that was the initial thing. And then I was doing something else that I was trying to have a go at that whole period of my life, throwing stuff at the wall to see what's stuck.
Dog shit.
And then you were doing that. And then we realized you really needed help with you couldn't do everything and you're so bad at the marketing side of it. I was like, I'm stepping in. And then we just gave it our all. But then the pivot, I think that was my idea.
Probably was.
And you were like, the pivot was that we had to change to ready meals. We had to do it as the meals only, get rid of all the butchery. And
Yeah, I think that was you.
and then I think that you weren't into it. And then a couple of months later, you were like, you know what we should do? We should just do the meals. And I was like, great idea, babe. Because sometimes with a man, you just got to let him think that he's come up with the idea.
But we should just do the meals.
What's something that I did early on that annoyed you that you've kind of come around to, or that annoys you less?
Early on.
It could be like business, or it could be like personnel in the business. I mean, or before the business, like it could be anything.
Well, I guess it's probably more of a reflection on me and my little idiosyncrasies.
It's okay. It's okay, honey. You can say something that annoys you. You don't have to. You don't have to.
I guess, well, first of all, not flushing the toilet when you've done a whoopee.
What? Oh my God, that's such a lie. You're an idiot.
No, it'll be leaving knives in the sink. I know we've talked about that before.
I don't do that though. I really don't do that very often. I want to, but every
it's
time
become
I
less
catch
and
myself.
less, for sure. So respect for that.
An actual one. Something about my personality. I mean, I guess that says something about my personality, but.
Well, I guess you operate on a different frequency to me. So you have the ability to like deep dive into something, and the rest of the world can kind of be a bit muffled. It's like you've got ear defenders on or something. And when you do that, you often forget that you've put sausages on the pan for the kids, or
correct,
run the bath for the kids.
Yeah.
Those little things. But it's not really like, I guess it's in the moment, you're like, oh, all right, well, I'll finish off these sausages, shall I?
Yeah.
While the house is nearly burning down. But it's just a trade-off for like marrying someone with a slightly different personality or ability to focus. Because when you focus on something, you probably focus way more than I ever could. But the offshoot to that is there's some like neglect of your surroundings.
Yeah. That's fair enough.
The kids are running around on fire.
Well, I was going to say, in my defense, I think I do something like that, but then Zan and Anouk are always like, Mom! And I, like the bath yesterday, because I was here doing something with Anouk, like just involved with that. And then I was like, oh, do you want to have a bath? Oh my God, the bath! But the kitchen, yeah, that's a real thing, because the kitchen thing, I basically am just like, it's your zone. Like you always, even if I'm doing something in the kitchen, like making something, you always come in and take over. You're just like, oh, what are you doing there? Do you want me to?
Why you did all that?
Do you want me to add a bit of salt to that, or should we maybe saute those onions a bit more? And I'm like, sure, you do it. You make it better.
Should we cook the chicken?
It's just you. It is your part of the house. You do the cooking way better than me. So I've just sort of like let go of it, which includes putting on sausages and walking away.
All right.
Did you want me to do what annoys me about you?
Or do we have to do that?
Nah, we don't have to do that.
I feel like my feelings will get hurt.
Yeah, probably. I'm very sensitive. Oh, yeah. Yeah, was there a specific moment for you when you were like...
Oh, is this to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Was there a specific moment for you when you were like, oh my God, I think it's actually working. I think the business is actually like gaining momentum.
Yesterday afternoon. No, probably about, I guess, a year or so after we pivoted. That first year was just like, I think we were going backwards. There was no light.
For sure.
There was seemingly no light at the end of the tunnel. And then we pivoted, slow start, but a start nonetheless. And then every month there was a little bit more. And then after a year, you're like, oh, this is like tracking in the right direction. By 2085, we could buy a small tinny or something. Yeah, probably a year into the ready meal stuff. I thought, how nice that something for me anyway is sticking, because I tried so many things in health and fitness and cooking.
Yeah.
Some with some degrees of success, but in the final analysis, that there was nothing that really like gave me what I needed. And this has given me, it's clearly defined what I do, which is a question I can hate it at parties or meeting someone new. Be like, oh, what do you do? And I'll be like, I actually don't know how to answer that, because I do all these different things, and I've got a few businesses and collaborations. So it's like really, so now I know exactly what I am.
Yeah.
And it's given me confidence that something that I'm doing has some kind of attrition and success.
Yeah.
It's quite lovely.
Do you think that, just sort of slight segue, I wasn't going to ask this question, but I think it's interesting, for people who don't know, you were on My Kitchen Rules, like an early season of My Kitchen Rules. And off the back of that, along with lots of other people who are on reality TV shows, you had, I guess, quite a lot of momentum. Like you got a book deal, which you then went on to make, like, how many books did you write?
10 altogether.
10 altogether, yeah. I guess it's like, it's quite a unique situation, isn't it, when you come out of a reality TV show? Because you're given sort of like this opportunity. But when I met you, it was like quite a few years on from then, and you had a bunch of ambassadorships. But in my mind, like when we first talked, I was sort of like, what are you going to do when the next person comes along who has more followers or is more of an influencer or a health influencer, like, and you get dropped. And funnily enough, it was not long after that you basically lost all your ambassadorships.
The curse.
It was. I like to think of it as divine timing.
The curse of Matilda Brown.
Yeah.
What if he lost all his ambassadorships?
Yeah, it was like I spoke it or I thought it, and then it literally happened, like one by one. They just dropped off.
Look, I don't regret any of it, and I would do it all again, because I was looking to break the ceiling of my potential within what I was doing at the time, which is personal training. And like, I was like, how can I reach a bigger audience? I was like super inspired by Michelle Bridges, because she had a program that anybody in Australia or worldwide could purchase off her website. So she didn't have to be spending that hour with that client in the park.
Yeah.
I was like, I want that. So I was very ambitious. And then I guess the show afforded me a platform, but I was kind of very naive and ignorant to what that actually meant. I hadn't done any media at all. And so then, because I was on the show and I had a particular stance, I was like talking about nutrition, only cooking with certain ingredients, not cooking with others. I had like a position. And so that in itself puts me ahead of so many other teams who just go on for shits and giggles. Whereas I was like, I'm on a path here. I'm not sure what's on the other end after the show, but I stood for something. And then far out, like the show finished, and because I'd never seen the show either, I wasn't sure how many people watched the thing.
Yeah.
And it's like the most watched show on Channel 7 at the time.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, like, you go from like absolute obscurity to like people like coming up to you in Westfield, and you become this very minor celebrity for a hot while.
Yeah.
But yeah, to your point, I guess I didn't know. People would say, "Oh, what do you want to do with all this? Like, what is the end game?" And I never knew how to articulate that. Be like, "Oh, we know, like, I love what Jamie Oliver's done in England with school food and education." So I kind of wanted that, but I didn't know what that looked like. Whether it's my own TV show, I'm not really like hungry for being in front of the camera, so I wasn't like, that's what I want to do. I'm going straight for that. Yeah, I don't regret any of it, and I had a lot of fun. A lot of it was quite stressful, but it actually like made me get out of my comfort zone, which was like invaluable. And then soon after I met you, all that kind of disappeared. I can't remember what the question was, but I've done so many things in health and fitness that now I feel very supported and I don't know, like nourished in what we're doing. So it's like, oh, okay, I'm just this person with this role, with this business. I'm not overcomplicating it. We're trying to like do all these other things and keep all these plates spinning. It's very kind of linear.
Yeah, it's so funny how it all came to this, like accumulated in the Good Farm Shop. Like it makes so much sense. And same for me. Like it makes so much sense that that I ended up here as well. I've loved building this business. I actually love business.
Yeah, you are quite interested in the business side of things.
Yeah.
I guess I find all that a bit dry. Like you quite often listen to business podcasts, and
I just learned so much from them. I mean, I didn't go to business school, obviously, so that was my way of when we were trying to get momentum. I was just like, how have other people done this? Like, what are their stories? I would just churn through podcasts, and I'd get so inspired by them. They were just these amazing stories of people making it work.
I guess there's lots of sliding door moments, and okay, all these like things stacked up, which is great. Like I'm not, like, that's amazing that it happens for businesses. But it wouldn't be a reference point for me to go, okay, how did these guys do it? It's like, oh, okay, well, you met this guy at a conference who introduced you to that guy that then said, oh, come on my show. And it's like,
yeah, I know, but that's
I know,
like there's no guarantee you start a business and it works. Like, but I can see alarming stat about the amount of people who start businesses versus the amount that actually go on to have successful businesses. Like,
yeah, what is the stat? It's something like,
I mean, this is telling me sort of like
you texting your dad.
US businesses, but around 20% of new US businesses fail in the first year, rising to roughly 49% by year 5 and 65% by year 10.
Yeah, right.
As per the US Bureau of Labor. But I guess you have to commit to a year, don't you? Like 20% failure sounds quite good, but I guess you're going to give it everything. You're going to give it more than a year, aren't you?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, a year when you're starting a business is just like,
yeah.
You
just worked out how you're going to package it, basically.
Yeah. One day you're writing a business plan, next day you're having a nervous breakdown, and in between.
You haven't really even worked out exactly what your core offering is at that point, because you're still getting feedback from the market.
Yeah.
But this is for small business in Australia. Around 20% of new Australian businesses ceased operating within their first year. Okay.
How many?
20%.
Yeah.
The 5-year survival rate for small businesses in Australia is around 50%, 5 years. And about 48% of all new Australian businesses, startups, fail within their first 4 years, while 77% make it to their first anniversary. 77% making it to 10 years is like, is that what it's saying? The first anniversary?
No, but you have to like, so 20% in the first year, so that leaves 80%. And then that percentage out of that cohort moves forward. And then 80% out of that cohort move forward. So it's sort of like, it's not 80% of the original.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do think, and also I like this stat. Solo operators, now the dominant business structure in Australia, at 63.6% of all businesses, solo operators, have only a 43.3% 3-year survival rate. The riskiest category. Because doing business on your own is just, how much, sometimes it's like hard that we're both in the business. I know it annoys you because I'm like, I don't really have like it's 5 o'clock, let's put tools down kind of thing.
I feel like I have less of that these days.
Yeah. But it's very handy to be able to, like, if something happens, like we have each other to bounce off, talk to, pep each other up. Like,
yeah. And just in that, like if we're having a crisis of some nature, I feel like there's an unspoken agreement that we both don't crumble into a heap.
Yeah.
So if I'm having a crisis and you go, okay, well, here's the shoulder to lean on.
It's okay, babe. It's going to be all right. We'll work it out.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And conversely, like I play that role when you're having a moment, or else it just. I think there was one that we were both like, this is fine.
We can't both lose hope. Okay. What if the Good Farm Shop hadn't worked? What do you think we'd be doing instead?
I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe landscaping, or actually my back can't handle that. So that's not. Don't know.
Yeah. Busking. With what?
Tambourine.
Oh my gosh. Thank God it worked.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is like a really super quick question answer. Who's better with customers?
You.
Really?
Yeah. Don't you reckon?
Oh, I don't know. It's pretty, like, neither of us deal with customers on a day-to-day. It's not our role, but when there is a time when someone needs to call someone, you're pretty good at that.
Yeah. I'm of the thinking that a shitty email can be kind of addressed much better if you speak to the person on the phone.
Yeah. Who's better at admin paperwork? You.
Kim.
Definitely Kim. Who forgets to eat lunch more often?
You.
Me. What's the worst impulse decision one of us has made in the business?
in the business? Probably mine again, is it?
Huh?
Was it mine again?
No, it was a combined.
Oh, buying the factory.
Buying the unit and then getting the quote for the fit out and it being over $1 million.
Yeah, 1.1. I think about it often, like, as time wore on, it was like, and I was dealing with that company that were helping us to get all the right equipment for the space.
Yeah.
How to be efficient, da-da-da-da. Like, some of these items were like $100,000.
No. I know. It was never going to be, just for context,
and then
for the audience.
I wanted the gym and all that. It's like...
Just for context for the audience. When we moved into our commercial kitchen that we're in now, we took on a small space, a very small space of the whole kitchen that another guy leased and he worked out of, just for context. It got to the point where we had grown, we'd taken on more of the space and then grown more, taken on more of the space. And basically we were using half of the kitchen, but he had the lease, but we had figured that we were actually paying the entire lease. So we had half the kitchen, but we were basically paying the lease for it.
Yeah.
The rent. So anyway, we were like, okay, we've now got to as much as we can take on from this kitchen because he had his space in there. We were like, well, we're going to have to try and find another kitchen. We're going to have to buy a massive unit, commercial space, and fit it out. And anyway, we got a quote for that. We got a loan. We bought the unit. We got a quote for the decking it out, and the quote was between 300 and 400,000. That's what we were looking at. We were like, okay, cool. That seems reasonable to build a commercial kitchen. Anyway, as Scott was just alluding to, we're getting these like quotes coming in for pieces of equipment that were $100,000. So we were like, I don't think this is going to end up being 300 to 400,000.
But also like things that we never considered, like upgrading the power board.
Yeah.
That was like,
$20,000 or something.
Oh, more than that. Yeah. 50,000 just to kind of, and you go, okay, well, it's only 50,000. That's not that bad compared to the 300 for the total thing.
Well, we got it, and also we have to get it done.
Like, what were we even thinking? We didn't even have any of that.
Well, we didn't have another option at that point.
We didn't have another option, but I feel like we were in like fucking gaga lamb.
Well, hello. I mean, I was the one that was saying, Scott, this is ridiculous. And you were like, as you do.
Well, I am a
Totally
bit
turned
like,
a blind eye to it.
yeah, well, I am sort of like, it'll be all right.
3 months later, when we've already like spent a whole bunch of money with things like upgrading the power board, we get a quote for $1.1 million to fit out the kitchen space. Then we had to abort mission and sell the unit. And yeah, that wasn't a very fun episode to go through.
Yeah.
But amazingly, we were able to take over the lease of the place that we were already in. The other guy left, and now it's a huge commercial kitchen space that's just ours.
That's
and
the thing. Like,
amazing.
We would have outgrown that place.
Yeah, it was smaller than where we are now. Okay, so that's a wrap on our questions. Now we've got the audience question. I like this one. How has our relationship changed since we became co-workers, not just a couple?
I think it's totally great now. I think there has been times where I want a stronger demarcation between my wife and my business partner.
Mm.
And that was probably a product of like being at the kitchen, working all day, doing deliveries, coming home and needing some separation from work. So I'm exhausted, but you're like, right, let's talk about da 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 da. And I'm all right for a little while. And then I'll be like, okay, I need my wife back. Like, where are you? But I feel like it's not like that anymore.
Well, I mean, I think sometimes it is just because you're at the kitchen all day. So you're with the team, which is very social. And quite often I'm not. Like, I don't have to go to the kitchen to do my job. And so I cut that half an hour commute out and I stay home and do work, which isn't as social. And so then I feel like you come home and you're sort of like, I want to know, what's happened in the kitchen, like what's the goss, what you're chatting about. And you don't really want to, you're kind of like.
I don't switch off for other things. Like it's, like I step into
tend to the fire.
Yeah, do
the laundry,
whatever. Fucking
go to the gym. You don't come in and go, oh, so nice to see you, wifey. Let's have a tea and chat, which I want you to do. So you're not just like running. And then like at 7 o'clock, you're like, all right, I'm ready to
where's my wife
chill. There's like an hour left before you go to bed. I think that we should you should get home and we should have a cup of tea and debrief. What do you guys think about that? Can you guys all just leave a comment in the comments about Scott having a cup of tea when he gets home?
Just a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
No, don't put the thumbs down.
Oh yeah, no, don't do that.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's kind of it. Okay, if you've listened this long, you're amazing.
Drop us a comment and let us know your favourite part.
Or if there's something you want us to get into next time.
See you next week.
See you next week.